Hi there, it's Teresa, and I would like to thank you for allowing me to take just one moment of your time. I'm thinking back to a phone call that I had with a parent just to check in to see how things were going. I swear the conversation lasted about 15 minutes, but to the parent, it probably felt like it lasted about 2 hours or even forever, that it was lasting forever. Throughout the conversation, their child, who was 3 at the time, was in there like a dirty shirt. The parent was constantly apologizing for their child, who they felt was interrupting all the time. You could see that the parent was getting frustrated and out making statements like, "Oh my goodness, he never behaves like this. You must feel like I'm a terrible parent." So we chatted a little, and then I had said to the parent, "You know what? How about you say to your child, first you've got to talk to Teresa, and then you're going to help them get their favorite TV show going." I also asked on whether or not I could say hello to their child on the phone. So I did. I said my hellos and we had a little chit chat. And then I reiterated what the parent had said. First, your mommy has to talk with me, and then she's going to help you find your favorite TV show. But I also said to the child that I wanted to thank them for sharing some of their mummy time with me, because I know that it is really hard for kids to share, especially when their parents are busy. After that, things had settled a little bit, but I also knew that it was going to be short-lived. So, and mom was constantly apologizing. So I said a few things that were funny, that just broke the tension. We kept the conversation short, and off we went. And I did follow up with the mom and had some more conversations and looked at some resources just to see what strategies we could put in place to help with some of those challenging behaviors and conversations that was happening with her child. You know, as we were experiencing this together, it reminded me of a time where I was on the phone with an important phone call and the doorbell was ringing, and my child actually beat me to the door, and she was 3 at the time, and I was just totally mortified. Because when she opened up that door, the only thing that she was wearing was her little red slippers. Luckily enough, it was, and I was mortified. And luckily enough, it was the neighbor that was at the other end of the door there, and we laughed about it and we carried on our business. You know, it's in those moments that we feel embarrassed, right? That somebody is really judging us, or when somebody jumps in because we feel that we're not doing, or we're doing something wrong, or we're not doing something right. And how do we work through those stressful moments to relieve that stress? Not just the stress that your child is feeling, but the stress that you're feeling as well. And how do we share that us time, that time with other people? And I'm also wondering about the whys, right? Like, why is this happening, and why does it always happen during the busy times that I have with other people? And even just asking that question really helps you take those steps back and think for a minute, right? And think about, you know, maybe doing something a little bit different next time, and trying, and to see on whether or not you get a different result. I'm also wondering about those conversations that we have in the heat of the moment. You know, when they happen and why they happen, and how often we actually regret, or we have those feelings of regret after the conversations happen. And maybe it is, you know, maybe there is that trick, right? Those tricks to have those conversations when we are in that calm state. But, you know, that's something that's really, really hard to do. What I know, though, is that if we acknowledge how we are feeling at the time of the conversation, that the conversation is not shared in the heat of the moment, or that the conversation is not shared through frustration, that maybe, just maybe, there's going to be a different result. Having conversations with people, no matter the age, can be challenging sometimes. Below, I've included some links of some information that I thought you might find interesting. And maybe, you know, maybe something might help from there. What I want to do is thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you and take a moment of your time. And I wish you a fantastic day. Take care.